Hey, everybody, and welcome again to Exotica TV. Tonight we have an awesome episode of a little program we like to call Fork You. Fork You, Dan.
Spoon you too, bitch.
You hear that? I am your host, Jay, and my other host with the most, Mr. Dan. How you doing, Dan?
Here.
God damn it, wrong again.
I'm right.
You would think that like 50 something episodes in, we would have figured this shit out, but you know,
Especially you.
what could possibly go wrong? So what can you tell me, Dan? What do we got on tap tonight?
Well, besides my dog barking in the background, we have a lovely, lovely woman who's going to be on here making some peanut butter cookies for us.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm hungry too.
I know. I only wish that she can send them to us.
I know.
I would kill for peanut butter cookies right now.
Doubletree peanut butter cookies.
Peanut butter, anything is good. But,
Seriously. Keep like an emergency bottle of peanut butter upstairs just, you know, in case there's a peanut butter emergency.
Speaking good, I'm very excited to have this guest on. She's been to some of the shows. We're going to hopefully, when we get around to the business of doing shows again.
Oh, yeah, that business.
Yeah, hopefully, we stop being internet moguls / TV producer peoples.
I think the people's part was right. I don't know about anything else.
The peeps.
The peeps.
But, hey, look, I mean, I don't know what more can say. Award-winning star. Her YouTube series is awesome. Her movies are awesome. Her feature dance performances are awesome. She's awesome. So please welcome to Exotica TV, Britney Amber.
Yeah.
What's up, Britney?
What's up?
Thank you guys so much for me.
We're happy to have you.
Oh, not so much. Yes, I'm, like you guys said, I do a lot of feature dancing. I'm actually supposed to be feature dancing this weekend in Pittsburgh, but
Our
I
neck
don't
of
know.
the
This
woods.
is pretty nice too. I'd rather spend it with you guys.
Oh, so sweet.
You're
Not
such a-
true,
you're
but so
sweet.
sweet.
The cutest liar we've ever had on here.
Seriously.
But I mean, you've been pretty much, running all over the country, right? You feature dance a bunch. What are you doing during the quarantine?
Yeah, no, I do feature dance a lot. I was actually supposed to be at I wanted to go to the New Jersey Exotica this year. I went to the Miami one, but then when I got the dates was at the end of October, I thought it was going to be in November. I was already feature dancing in SoCal. I'm like, so hopefully this year I'm finally going to be able to make it to New Jersey.
You will.
But,
We want you to be in New Jersey.
I want that show. I want to go to it.
I already told your publicist that any shows that you want to come to this year, you're more than welcome to come to. We will make sure you're over there at Spotlight. But I mean, look,
well, thank you so much. You will definitely see me.
Oh, we will. Who wouldn't want to see you? Look, I mean, you've been in a bunch of movies. You've been doing a bunch of mainstream. But what people don't know about you is
that you make awesome peanut butter cookies.
You're a great baker, I heard.
Yeah,
little
I
birdie
do a lot. I actually cook a lot, though. Speaking of Mother's Day is coming up. I'm actually a legit mother. I have a teenager, and
She's a MILF.
I've been cooking for many, many years for her. So I don't know. I was like, there's so many things I could have done. Even last night, I'll show you guys. Hold on. Read. There's chicken and dumplings.
Oh man.
What the hell, man?
Yeah, with herb dumplings. Oh, this was really, really good.
We're quarantined in the wrong place, Dan.
And then tonight here, here I'll show you. This is my slow cooker. I have my dinner in there for tonight. I'm doing pulled pork sandwiches, barbecue pulled pork sandwiches.
Good.
Dan's starting to drool. I can see.
I am. I'm like, It's like, see, Jay makes fun of me. Jay makes fun of me because I'm a single dad. I've got two teenagers who are very, very large children.
Like
my daughter. Yeah, my daughter's like 5'10". My son's like 6'1".
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I mean, and Jay's always making fun of me because when his wife goes away, I'm like, I gotta go take the kids to like Wawa for dinner or to Wendy's. I'm like, or Chick-fil-A. And I'm like, dude, just cook something. And he's like, I don't cook. And me, I'm cooking every night. And especially in the quarantine now you're trying to be inventive. Like, tonight it's going to be, I think chicken scampi over some angel hair, with some roasted
Okay,
broccoli and
yeah.
cauliflower. You know,
Look at you, Dan.
Okay.
You,
dude, I'm going
impressed.
nuts.
That
You
sounds
should be
good.
impressed.
I am.
But that's the thing. But Jay made the mistake, and we talked about it on a previous episode. Our Miami show, which is now September 11th through 13th, and our Chicago show, which is now July 31st through August 2nd, crossing our fingers. Both those hotels, well, one's at a DoubleTree, one's next door to a DoubleTree, but we always have to get their chocolate chip cookies.
I eat the shit out of those cookies.
Oh yeah.
And they just for the first time released the recipe during the quarantine. So Jay made the mistake of sending me the recipe, to which my daughter and I decided to bake the cookies. To then which Jay said, "Oh, what's even better is when you take these two giant cookies and put ice cream in between them."
Yeah.
By the way, I owe that all to my wife. Like I'm not even food knowledgeable enough to think, hey, you know what would be really good? Put some ice cream on this thing. Like I'm horrible. So it's really nice actually with these Fork You episodes. I feel like I'm like being entertained and being educated at the same time.
Yeah, I actually just recently did an upgrade on my peanut butter cookie recipe because I was at the store and I was looking through chocolate chips for some other thing that I was making, and then I see that they had peanut butter or peanut butter chips. And so I was like, oh, why didn't I just throw those in there too? And then I roll them in sugar after, and they're just like super decadent.
And quarantine
Yeah,
and quarantine just like quarantine gives you all that time to do that. Like you're like, okay, so day 55's got to be better than day 36, and it just kind of adds from there.
And it was it was just 420 here at the time, not too long ago, so that makes it even worse. If you're 420 friendly, so cookies and 420.
Yeah, that was where the first batch of the oatmeal cookies went to.
The DoubleTree cookies.
Literally, like within like probably 36 hours or so. That
dude, how many batches did she make?
2.
What the fuck, man?
I ate the first one so fast that she didn't really get any. So,
you ate the whole first batch yourself?
I mean, give or take.
Dude, it's like 20 cookies. Anyway, fuck this.
This quarantine is getting ugly. So.
I know. All right, so look at you. You're like all legit. You're major dough here.
Yeah, I already made dough because it needs to sit in the fridge for a couple of hours. Makes it better.
You do this like legit, like KitchenAid, fucking.
Oh yeah,
crazy.
I have. Yeah, my mixer's back there somewhere with all my other stuff. I have my espresso machine back there, my air fryer. I don't know if you guys have used one of those yet.
I did. Those are great.
You have one?
I do.
Yeah, I'm sorry?
I have everything. It's unfortunate. I got the KitchenAid. I got the air fryer.
So many things.
Did you get the Instapot yet? The Instapot's what you got to get.
Oh, I actually got my mom one for Christmas, but I haven't got myself one yet. But yeah, I have my old deep fryer over there. I was looking at it the other day. I kind of miss it. I do really like when it gets all greasy, but I'm really surprised how crisp it makes things in that air fryer. That was why I was really skeptical about getting one in the first place. I was like, it's gonna be all mushy. It's gonna be like, it's not gonna be like it's fried, but it really is. It's so crispy. It's amazing.
Right. So we got our peanut butter dough there, right? So what is it basically? What's in it?
So another thing that's a little different about this one is put some sanitizer on, is that I don't know if you guys have noticed going to the grocery store. I don't know if it's the same over there with you guys, but for some reason, flour is a hot item. There's never flour at the store anymore. And one night I was at Albertsons and they had only like a few bags left of this paleo flour, and it was a tiny little bag for like $20. And I'm like, oh my God. But I mean, at least it was something, and it's actually really, really good for baking. And I made banana nut bread the other night and it was really good. It was so moist. It was really, really good.
Moist.
And so I never made it with the cookies yet. So I used the rest of the flour to do this one. And then I did all brown sugar. Sometimes I like to mix brown and white sugar, but brown sugar in peanut butter cookies is really, really good. And then I got the peanut butter chips, as I was saying. I like to use vanilla in this, a little bit of salt, 1 egg.
And what is the reason behind putting it in the refrigerator for a couple hours? Is that like standard operating procedure?
For the consistency of the dough.
Okay.
But you don't really need to. I mean, it is a little bit better.
Okay.
I've noticed.
So Jay, tell your wife she fucked up and she ain't doing it right.
Yeah, you tell her.
No,
I will.
Sometimes it depends on what kind of dough you're making, that if you need it refrigerated or not. But it's not a big deal either way. But I like to have this one a little more refrigerated because you have to like press it in with the fork to give it the little peanut butter shape.
The look. Give it the look.
I wonder why that's the only cookie. Do you guys realize that's the only cookie they do that with?
Yeah.
What other cookie? You don't see chocolate chips with those fork marks in it. Like, why did they decide the peanut butter cookie needed those fork marks?
You're asking a question.
Because a peanut butter cookie will flatten by itself when it's cooking, but for some reason peanut butter cookies don't. If you put it on the ball, like if you put it on the sheet like that, it won't really flatten itself out.
And right there, she's got the answer to a question.
No, I think my theory is, but when you were growing up, right? And I'll ask both you guys this: do you remember kids in school having peanut allergies?
I'm not like today.
Not really.
So
no.
They all died young.
Did they put the fork marks in there to indicate that those were nut cookies?
No,
because it's almost like a big X.
No, I think that Britney has the right answer. I think we can stick with her answer.
We should just do one just to see, just to do a science experiment. Do one without flattening it, see what it looks like.
See,
you could do that right now.
Full on aesthetics.
If only we knew somebody making peanut butter cookies that could do that for us.
Yeah, because I think it would be kind of like if you were to do a sugar cookie without rolling it out. Mm-hmm. You know, it's kind of the same thing. That's why you would roll out a sugar cookie, because it's flatten itself. But if you were to take a ball of a sugar cookie and just throw it on a thing, it would probably do the same thing.
It would just be like a lump. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So while you're doing that, you're using some foil there. Look at this. That's nice. Foil.
I'm going to do 375. Just stop preheating it.
So, and then some people, like I know some people use me.
Huh?
Do you ever use parchment paper instead of aluminum foil?
Sometimes. I do have it in there, but I like aluminum foil. I don't know why.
Jay likes aluminum foil. Jay makes little hats out of it to keep aliens away from investigating his brain.
It's true.
Huh?
And then I chew pieces of it in my teeth. No, that's definitely do not.
I'm saying Jay makes little hats out of them.
Don't listen to Dan. He has no idea what he's talking about.
Don't listen to me. So Brittany, you got a couple of like mainstream movies coming out, right?
Yes, I do. Actually,
well,
I have someone was sent to me in the mail. That's me on the cover. Brittany Amber's Tricks. That was my character in the movie, and that is my actual bow that I shoot.
We were talking about that, and I think Jay's got some like, clips that he's running in the background of.
Yay!
We got the stripper scene, the B-roll that we found of must be what film was it? Was it
the Girls, Guns and Blood?
Girls, Guns and Blood.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of great. This movie is actually really, really good. And you can see it on Amazon Prime for free if you have Amazon. Everyone has Amazon Prime, so there's no excuse.
That's what I'm just going to be watching later.
Yes, it's actually really, really good. It's hilarious. It's like if you like campy B movies, and it's kind of like
Grindhouse,
Quentin Tarantino, like Grindhouse style movie mixed with like a funny B movie. It's hilarious. It was done. I think it was so good. I would love this movie even if I wasn't in it, honestly.
What's your,
and there's a bunch of other stars in it.
Your character is Tricks. What tell us about Tricks in the movie?
So the four main girls are they work at this whorehouse, and there is let me back it up a little bit though. So there's a group of guys who are planning this heist, and they set an appointment to come to this brothel. And I don't know, do you guys know who Rebecca Love is? She's in the industry. Yeah. She's kind of, she's still kind of around. I think she's kind of retired. I'm not sure, but she was in this movie, and she plays the madam. She was so good in this movie. And so she kind of, prepares us for this party that's coming in, and he ends up killing her, and so I feel like we go way too much now, but he ends up killing her, killing another person, and so the whole thing is we all get together. I know, and we come up with this revenge mission, this revenge plot to kill these guys and get our money back. So
nice.
It's hilarious.
And so it's you, Rebecca Love. Any other adult stars in it?
Yeah, Cleo Valentine is also in it. She's one of the main 4 girls, and then Sherry DeVille is also in it. But she plays. There's this guy who is kind of behind this mission, and she plays his stepmom. But they're like having a relationship. It's hilarious. Their whole little part. She's not a huge part in it, but it's a funny integral part.
And anybody else our viewers might know?
So the other 2 main girls are Cody Renee Cameron. She's done some Playboy stuff, but she's not an adult star. And then Christine Nguyen, I think that's how you say her last name. She does like softcore movies and things like that, but not really adult films.
So a bunch of hot chicks.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of hot chicks. Nice. That's a good way to put it.
Nice.
And Jay, you know Rebecca Love. She's been to our show. She's redhead, big boobs. I know it narrows it down for you.
Yeah.
But my funny Rebecca story. She came to. She was at the Denver show a couple of years ago, and I go up. I'm like, "Hey, Rebecca. I don't know if you remember me because we used to do some work together back in the day, not but just with the magazine and stuff." And she goes to me, she's like, "You look familiar. Did I fuck you? Or did we fuck?" And I'm like, "No." She's her, "Oh, wait." And I told her my name. She's her, "Oh, Dan. Oh." Well, Rebecca, she does a lot of comedy stuff now.
Yeah, she does.
Okay. That's how I know. I know her. I know her through the. Did she do comedy at our show, or she did something around our show? Yeah.
Yeah, they did like a podcast there or something.
Yep.
So as you're rolling out your cookies in little balls,
nice balls.
What size are they? How big are the balls?
Dick nuts. I just kind of eyeball my balls. I don't know the size.
About this big, Dan. About this big.
This big?
No, not that big. That'd be way too big.
No, not too big. I don't know. Maybe like a golf ball size. Big. Maybe a little smaller, like about a golf ball or smaller than that.
Okay.
The important thing is they should all be around the same size.
And we're going to do an experiment where one of them is not flattened with the fork, right?
Oh, yeah.
I know you don't want to waste a whole
I'm dying to find out what happens. Dying.
We could just easily Google this, but anyway. So
I know, but why not? Who cares?
I'm telling you, let's assume that Britney was right, and we're just going to keep moving forward.
So
okay, I want to do one. Let's see it.
All right, cool.
It'll be fun for the show. Make it exciting.
This is like Fork U / our next series called "It's Fucking Science, Motherfucker."
Yeah. Oh, we should do a science. We should do a science show.
We should do a science show. Are you a scientist by any chance?
Yeah,
you're kind of
actually won some science fair awards when I was little, but
you're like you're a Renaissance woman. I was watching your YouTube videos, and like between I saw the guitar playing. Just the videos themselves are awesome. Like I also just heard that you bow hunt, which is another fun fact. It's like what don't you? She's a science experiment winner. Chef.
Oh yeah, that was a long time ago. That was another life.
What was your award-winning science experiment?
Did you make a volcano?
No. Actually, the one that I won the most awards for that I got a plaque and a blue ribbon for was this thing called Banana Appeal, and it's about how gas can blow up a balloon, or gas from a fruit can blow up a balloon from a banana peel.
Look at that. Do you still know where your blue ribbon is?
No, my mom lost all my stuff in storage from when I was a little kid.
She lost it. She lost it.
I barely have even pictures of myself when I was little.
Oh man.
I have pictures from like my nana and stuff like that, But
come to think of it, I don't either.
Dan,
I don't either.
Dan doesn't have many pictures because they didn't have photographs back then.
Yes, he's trying to And he's only a couple of years younger than me.
By a couple, he means 10.
No, 9.
Whatever. We'll call it 10. Listen,
You're still middle-aged now, Jay.
I know. I'm a middle-aged white guy. Welcome to the club.
So when you were growing up, what did you want to be? Did you want to be a scientist?
Ballerina?
A
Well, I
dinosaur?
always said that I wanted to be a lawyer when I was little, but I don't know. Like, as you grow up and you really start to think about it, and you're like, no, like, I'd hate that job.
Right. At what age did you start an adult?
Well, I was a hotel auditor in my late teens, and then the place that I was working doing hotel auditing at, the job was from 11 at night to 7 in the morning, so it was graveyard shift. And during the night since I was at a hotel, we had HBO there, and that's why I started watching the Cat House series.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when I got the idea to start doing adult. I was like, I can't do this anymore. This graveyard shift, doing paperwork all night, is insane. And my body never got used to it too. Even though I did it for a couple of years, and even throughout the years, around 5 o'clock in the morning, my body would start shutting down, no matter how many caffeine pills I would take, or energy drinks, or coffee, or anything. And sometimes I would take so many energy drinks and caffeine pills and stuff, and I'd still be shaking and feeling sick, and oh my gosh, it was a nightmare. And I was just like, I started watching Cat House, and I was like, oh my gosh, all these girls looking like they're having so much fun, making all this money. I was like, gosh, how do I get in on this?
So as a watcher of Cat House, and then you make your way there, like how was it? 180-degree difference? Was it like similar? Was it what the
similar to what, auditing?
Or no,
what you thought it was going to be like.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
Similar to like what you to watch it on TV and then to actually see what it was.
TV.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some things, yeah. There was stuff obviously that was scripted. There was a lot of stuff that wasn't.
Every reality show is, yeah.
Sorry,
Preheated. People don't realize how scripted reality shows are. I mean, they usually have more writers on them than sitcoms do. So
yeah, though there was actually a lot of real stuff that was shot too. But I don't know. Of course, there was a lot that I wasn't prepared for. Like when I first started working there, I just that was the first time of me doing anything in the adult industry, and you just kind of have to wait for a client to pick you, or and it was just kind of the first couple of days nothing was happening, and I didn't know what I was doing wrong. I didn't know anything, and started crying, and I'm just I had no idea what I was getting myself into, or how to even go about I don't know, all the only experience I had was seeing the show. Right. And then some of the girls were comforting me, and there was a bell in between our talk, and they were like, oh, well, do you want to go out to the lineup? And I'm like, oh my God, yeah, I guess. I did, and that's when I finally got picked, and that was my first party, as they call it there.
Right. Were you growing up, in your teens, late teens, I should say, legal teens, were you a very sexual person though? I guess I would say it's more definitely out of curiosity, when you're young. I think a lot more people when they're younger are, just in general, no matter if they're in the industry or whatever. It's just because it's just you're just finally an adult and finally exploring things, and you're learning all these things. And then also you want to kind of I don't know, I felt like I was not putting on a front, but kind of overdoing it. And I noticed a lot of girls do that too, especially when they first start in the business or they're young. They try to play up this whole oh, I'm super sexual kind of thing,
right.
Oh, and I'll do this. And it's so phony. I remember being like that too, and it's just
because I think that you're trying to act the part.
Settled into myself. I'm just comfortable with who I am now.
Right. Yeah. You're trying to act the part. Folks that get into it, are trying to play the role that they think that it is. What you did know was that at 20 years old or whatever, you did not want to be a hotel midnight shift worker. That's probably an easier admit than like, anything else.
All right, so
yeah, no, I know, and like now that I'm very open with the fact, like I don't even think I'm a very sexual person at all. I'm really not. Like my brain is not geared like that, and I'm very open with that now. And I don't know.
How do you during, because obviously during the quarantine, you kind of, I'm imagining you're making content and putting it on OnlyFans and, all over the place. Like what we were talking to Joanna Angel last week or a couple weeks ago, and she said that she leaves toys around the room in strategic places to remind her that like, oh, you're cooking eggs this morning? Time to put a butt plug in, like, or whatever it was. How do you stay on a schedule like that? Do you have to like set reminders, or is it just something that kind of like happens?
No. Yeah, I don't know. I usually just get ideas, and lately a lot of them are like cosplay ideas. Like I just did a Slave Leia the other day because of Star Wars Day, May the 4th, and that's how usually things come across my mind. I'm like, oh my god, that'd be perfect. So let's do like a Han Solo BJ, and then go on. So I did an OnlyFans live too as Slave Leia, and everybody loved it. And there was all kinds of fun sexual Star Wars terms thrown around. And my lightsaber. It was fun.
So now we're gonna say, "May the fork be with you." So we're gonna grab the fork, right? Because you gotta start. We gotta start mashing some cookies down and putting them in the oven.
Dan's excited about this mashing cookies.
No, I'm excited to see what the fuck happens to the one that doesn't get the fork hole.
Okay, all right, let's do it.
So now, what are you doing? You're putting sugar on top of them too?
Hell yeah!
Yeah, you need the turbinado sugar, the sticker sugar. I put too much.
You are an innovator, Brittany Amber.
Yeah, and it's way better. It makes them really crispy and sugary. They're so good, but I put way too much sugar in here. Fuck it. Okay. All right.
There's no such thing as way too much sugar.
Yeah, I'll just have to talk it out. But I always do that. I'll put way too much in the bowl.
It's like saying I bought too much weed. It's like saying I bought too much weed. It's not a thing. Like it's,
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I have to do that today, too.
So we were just talking about shooting for OnlyFans. You just recently relaunched your OnlyFans, right?
Yeah, I did. About 3 weeks ago now. Yeah, and I'm doing tons of live shows on my new account. So I did two, or I'll be doing 2 this week because my next one's going to be on Friday. And I just did one, was it day before yesterday? So I'll try to do more impromptu ones, but at least one a week. And I've been doing tons of content for it. Like I said, I have tons of ideas. And actually, I'm so excited. I just got this new made costume that'll be coming in the mail really soon. But it's a very elaborate made costume. It's not like one of those cheap little package ones.
Right.
This one's very expensive, has so many pretty pieces on it. And I got the idea because I've been watching Devious Maids a lot, or I just finished watching it. Now we're on to Desperate Housewives. But yeah, so I was like, oh yeah, we got to do like some maid stuff. That'd be really hot. And I found the most awesome maid costume. That should be here soon, but it's actually, it's made to order. So it'll probably be a few more weeks. And then what else did I get? I had also, the costume's already here, but I haven't shot anything in it yet, but this Elsa costume, and it's not really like Elsa. It's shaped a lot differently. It's not like one piece dress that comes up to your neck. It's a 2-piece, and I actually wore it in one of my my first quarantine vlog video. I did a little try on with a couple of my costumes that I had just gotten in the mail, and
I think we got some of that footage. We stole some of that footage. We borrowed some of that footage.
We didn't steal anything.
The nurse one.
Like,
oh,
the nurse. That's really cool. I haven't got to do anything with that yet either.
I'm sorry, it was doctor.
Costumes on the back burner, but
you were Dr.
Pretty. I'm sorry.
You referred to yourself as Dr. Brittany. You weren't a nurse.
Oh yeah. Either way,
You're a power.
What was I gonna say? But yeah, it has this really pretty cape on the back that has snowflakes and jewels, and it has like this long train in the back, and it's so pretty. And I got a really, really good wig. It's not a really corny looking wig like a lot of these ones that I've seen, and all these really cool accessories like these snowflake decal things and snowflake little tattoo things. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so awesome. I like snowflake things for my hair. Oh my gosh,
are
this was going to be such an awesome cosplay.
are you like me, where like basically the highlight of your day is when FedEx or UPS shows up at your doorstep? Like that's basically what I'm living for at this point. Like,
Yeah, it is also kind of nerve-wracking too, because every time a package shows up, I'm like, oh, is this thing covered in Corona? Like, have my disinfectant spray. I gotta spray it all down, leave it outside, and then I'll bring it in later on.
yeah, we have like we have the same procedure where you take it, you bring it in, and you like spray it all down, let it sit there, open it up, spray it down again, take it out, wash your hands. Like, yeah, it's pretty wild.
Dude, I bring it out into my back deck and just like. I'll just like open it. I'll leave the box out there for recycling later. I'll bring the shit inside, wash my hands, done.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, good thing I'm not the only one doing this, because everyone's making me feel like I'm crazy. Like, this is getting wild. You think you're doing a little too much? I'm like, no, see, everybody does this.
Actually, I saw a meme today where it was 2020's Ice Cream Man, and it was an Amazon truck.
Yeah.
Dude,
oh
it's,
my gosh.
I mean,
dude, my Amazon card's getting a workout, man.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've been crushing some. Although I will say, because we haven't been deep into show production, I haven't been like, usually when we're doing shows, it's like you think of a new idea every day and you have a new, I had 365 orders last year on Amazon. Like one for basically every day. Yeah. And I mean, and it's anything from, office supplies to like paper towels to like, stupid stuff that we need for show supplies and like whatever. This year it's dropped down, but they're I guess they're just less work related ones.
Yeah. I know that's where I normally get stuff like my paper towels, and actually I have to like, this is all that was left at the store the other day. That luckily I have toilet paper. I noticed there's no toilet paper even available online or anywhere.
I could never figure out like what the run on toilet, like who was the person that started the bullshit line of like, you're going to run out of toilet paper? Who's the asshole that started that?
I think it was the stores, because honestly, when the stuff started and I went to the store and I was actually looking for hand sanitizer, and then the lady behind the counter, she was like, yeah, that toilet paper, everyone's buying toilet paper. And then I was like, oh, well, I got to buy toilet paper too, Right.
Well, it's like it's a snowball effect. It's like once one person, and that's why I'm saying like, there's got to be like, it probably could trace it back to like, some asshole that owns stock in a toilet paper company that was like, oh my God, I need to get at least 300 rolls, and like, and that tweet like just kind of spawned from there.
Yeah. Crazy. It's like one of those things that's easy to stock up on though, because we always need it, I guess. But yeah, there's a lot of things that are like that, because I was trying to think about the logic behind it too. And then there was all these posts online around it too. Like, people were Googling, one of the most Googled things with the coronavirus was, why do you need more toilet paper during coronavirus? Like, everyone was like trying to figure out why we need more toilet paper.
No, it just like kind of happened.
All right, so we got did you leave one without the fork?
Oh, I didn't. See, I knew I was going to do that. Oh my God.
Britney, one job. We give you one job.
I'm going to re-roll this one right now.
You do that. Okay.
You almost just ruined Dan's day.
I know. I almost
but this is the excitement I've had today. My excitement today is looking at you and looking at those fucking cookies. That's my excitement. I see Jay every day.
All day, every day.
On here.
Okay, so there it is.
All right, so then we're going to see what the fuck happens here.
I'm excited.
I know.
So
it might be good as the peanut butter ball. So how long did those cook for? 350 at?
Yeah, 375 to about 10 minutes. 11 minutes.
So Jay, we got to keep this shit going.
Perfect time. We got 10 minutes.
Do 10 this time.
Perfect.
Huh? Oh shoot! I gotta look at the time. I usually use my clock for my.
I got it. I got it all.
Jay's got it. Jay's gonna be your timer.
Yep. We got 10. You got 10 minutes. Is that what you want?
Alexa. Just tell Alexa.
Okay.
Say, Jay, set a timer for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. 45. Well, I'm on it.
All right.
Don't worry. I've never forgotten cookies in the oven.
So let's talk about your YouTube channel, because I mean it's pretty cool, and for those who want to keep things safe at work and see another side of Britney, rather than the side they're used to seeing, it's still a fun side. Actually, it's you're goofing around on there, playing guitar, sunbathing, getting your nails, doing your nails.
Yeah.
much
No, I
like
haven't done a video of me doing my nails yet, which I think I should, but I'm actually very good at doing acrylics and doing my own nails. So I got really lucky because I know a lot of people are hurting right now. They're able to go to the nail salon. I'm like, actually, I prefer doing my own nails, the look of it, but I just take a lot longer time because I'm such a perfectionist with it. And if I see one little thing that messes with me, I'll go back and do it again and again and again until it's perfect. Like, I don't know, it's insane, but at least they look nice. It's worth it.
And because of all this too, you said you started playing guitar again.
Yeah. That's why I had trimmed. Usually I have longer nails than this, but I trimmed them down for that reason. Because it is something that's easy. It's just sitting there, and I've had my nails long for about a year and a half, so I hadn't been able to play it. And this is perfect. Let me just cut my nails off and start playing this again. But it's very therapeutic, and I've been learning a lot of new songs.
So do you sing also?
Yeah, but it's not good though.
Right, so we're gonna do it.
Anybody can sing. It's just a matter of whether it sounds good.
We're gonna record. So we had this idea, and we're gonna make this happen. So you've seen all these videos where they're getting all these different like rock stars together, and they're singing "We Are the World" or whatever, something like that, right? We want to do them with all members of the adult community.
Mm-hmm.
And the two songs that are in the running are "You Got a Friend" and "Me" from Toy Story.
Yeah.
I love that it's actually labeled as Toy Story. Like that song came out like fucking 40 years ago or 100 years ago, however long. Like
it was a Toy Story.
I think but it's known as the Toy Story song. That's fucked up.
Well, because it was in Toy Story. That's where it started.
It's not where it started. You Got a Friend in Me did not debut with
you sure?
Toy Story. Yeah, no, that shit is like way old, isn't it?
No, I think it started with Toy Story.
All right, well.
Anyway, we got that.
Ask Britney. She's been right about everything today.
Our other choice is, we don't know about the fork and the cookie shit, but the other choice is "I Touch Myself." You know that song by the Divinals?
Oh.
She laughed at that. So that's
I don't know. I think the first one's a safe bet, but you never know. Like, even with, that one lady who did it, what was her name? Gal Gadot or whatever, and she did that video with all those people singing together.
Yep.
She probably thought that was going to be so touching and, have such a different response than what it got, So after watching that, it's kind of like, oh.
Now you're scared.
If we do this, will you sing it? Will you sing with us if we do it?
I don't know, because you never know how, public perception is always so harsh.
Come on.
Listen, but the beauty of it is, the thought is that we want people that can't sing. Like, yes, you'll find a few people that have that can actually do it, but I think the real fun comes in it when
if Lady Gaga goes on ones and chokes, right, and sings like shit, she's a singer. She's supposed to sing well. Like if she sucked as an actress in A Star Is Born, it's not as bad because she's not an actress. She's a singer. So,
yeah, no, I'm not really too worried about my voice. I'm just worried about however the public wants to switch and manipulate things.
She's scaring me now, Dan. Now all of a sudden she's got me thinking.
Well,
don't be scared.
She's got me second guessing.
Jay, we got a show called EXXXOTICA. You think people?
Everybody hated it and murdered it.
Half the country hates us already, Jay.
That's very true. Can't even get it.
I know.
The mayor, the ex-mayor, and the city council of Dallas hate us.
Yeah, that's true. So
the ex-mayor of Secaucus, New Jersey, hates us.
Speaking of which, how do you, with your newfound YouTube, well, not newfound, but your YouTube channel, do you have as much fun navigating the whole world of adult within mainstream social media as we do? Like, are your Instagram pages still up, and are your YouTube channels still, or do they mess with you all the time?
Oh no. Yeah, I mean, not luckily from what I see, compared to other girls, I don't get messed with as much, but there has been a couple little scares, but I've never had any of my pages taken down, luckily. Knock on wood. If there's any around here.
Sure. I got you covered. Yeah, it's our 750,000 fan Instagram page went away about a year ago. Rest in peace. And we've tried everything that we possibly can, short of driving to the Facebook campus to get it back.
Lifetime VIP tickets to EXXXOTICA.
Yeah,
if you get our Instagram back.
Yeah.
Anybody who gets them back.
So
you could be 183 years old like Joe Louis.
Joe Lewis, 137 years old.
137 years old, but he can still get tickets.
So, Brittany, tell me a little bit about this bow hunting thing, because I come from like a hunting family. I want to hear what you're into.
Well, my favorite thing to hunt is turkey, but it is a harder shot. And when I started turkey hunting, a lot of people were telling me that that's more for an advanced bow hunter, but I haven't seemed to have too many problems with it. My first trip out, though, I was unsuccessful, but I would have been if I didn't mess with my bow out there, because I went up north and I went to this archery shop out there, and there's this guy who runs it, and he's a big bow hunter, and he's traveled all over the world hunting. He has all these heads, all these crazy exotics everywhere, and excuse me, and shooting for like 30-something year. And so
that's not the Rona, is it? That's not a Rona call.
No. Actually, I have bronchitis. It's another reason why I'm terrified of this corona thing is I've had chronic bronchitis for 8 years. And so they say, if you have any kind of chronic lung disease or anything like that, you're in trouble. Yeah. But what was I going to say? So I went to go shoot a few rounds at their on one of their targets, and as soon as I pulled back the bow, or pulled my string back, he noticed I was pulling back way back here. Right. And I was just always used to doing that. Just, the archery shop that I went to, which actually is a pretty good archery shop, because he was like, "Oh, did you go to Bass Pro or something?" I'm like, "No." And so they had me set in, pulling all the way back behind my ear, and you should be pulling back right here. Mm-hmm. And I was having a lot of problems with my shoulder.
Trying to get it back.
After about, I'm sorry?
Trying to get it back, or like,
No, I was just in general having a lot of problems every time I was shooting. About like 15, 20 minutes into shooting at the shooting range, my arm would be hurting really bad. My rotator cuff was all messed up, and I would have to really go like this to pull it back. It was not set right at all. And he was telling me, he's like, "I can tell you're like 2-3 inches off just by looking at it." And I'm like, "Oh my God, like that solves so many problems for me." And I was just very excited about getting it tuned in there. And he was like, "I really recommend you not doing this on a hunting trip, because your bow's going to be completely off, and you're going to have everything tuned back in. All of your pins need to be tuned back in, and all this." And that usually takes a long time. Like if I have to tune everything back in, sometimes it'll even take me days of shooting to like feel like I'm really on point again, But I was just so excited about that, because I was having so much problems with my shoulder, and then I noticed I was shooting really weird. Like my shots were so off, and I was like, "Oh, he was right." But But after that, I've always been successful, though.
Are you like one of those like badass hunter chicks? You have all the outfit, like full camo, and like.
Look, you need to have a full camo. It's not like that was another thing too that pissed me off about that first trip, was the guide that I hired. He went out there wearing jeans, a big cowboy hat, and he was not wearing any camo at all. And it kind of,
well, he wanted to look good for you.
These efforts that I put in, are kind of, just.
Well, and what's interesting about turkey hunting is it's actually one of the more dangerous animals that you can hunt, not because the turkey will attack you, but because you're actually calling them in half of the time, or a large portion of the time. So what happens is people get shot all the time. Like why they always tell you, like, you have to see what you shoot, because, and I can't believe that you actually have to tell people that, but like what happens is you have some hunters that will be, out walking through the woods or pushing like land or doing whatever. And then you'll have some that are calling turkey in, they have the crazy like gobbler thing. And so you'll
scratch pad.
Yeah. So every season, one hunter who's tracking turkey and another hunter who's calling them in basically collide, and somebody gets shot.
Well, see, I normally hire a guide, and that in those cases, that I don't think that never happens, because they know who's all hunting on their land at one time.
Yep.
People frown upon Jay hunting because he actually doesn't wear any camo. He body paints himself naked camo, and just hides in the leaves.
And I just shoot air guns.
Yeah, turkey hunting too. You have to be full camo, face, everything, hands, because turkey have 10 times better vision than humans do. So you have to be full camo for that.
Have you ever?
There's a bunch of turkeys running around here.
Huh?
I live in the suburbs of New Jersey, and believe it or not, like where I walk my dog, there's a ton of turkey running around.
That's the
Holy
thing too. Is I noticed there's like turkey, like they're actually really smart too. Because also, when I was
10-minute
up north,
warning. It's 10
they're
minutes.
just wandering around people's yards. They'll be out in parks and stuff like that, not really worried about humans. But they'll know the places where hunters are, especially at the end of the season. They kind of start learning about where the hunters are and what they look like. I think they start to really get they're really on to you at that point. So. But I noticed though when I wasn't in the hunting parts, they're not skittish about people at all. They don't care.
Wait.
Jersey, they smoke cigarettes. Cookies are done.
Cookies are done.
10-minute warning. Your cookies are good. I think we're at 10 minutes. Right? 45. Yeah, I think you're good.
Let's see. Now, Jay, the trick when you get something out of the oven is using oven mitt.
Very smart.
I think maybe I could take them out.
Are they looking good? What's going on over there?
Yeah.
Jay, you're like peering over like this to try and look over her, and you can't. Do you realize you can't look over her, right?
It's been a long day, Dan. Leave me alone.
Terrible.
Fork you. Seriously.
Look at her. So
I like them a little softer anyway. I was trying to see. Sometimes it's hard to see with the peanut butter cookies because they're already like a golden brown color before you put them in. So I was like kind of trying to see, but then I had my other mitt, so I was like trying to like.
There's nothing worse than overcooking cookies either. Like I sometimes I'll look, I'll be like, you know what? I'll give it another 30 seconds, and then I remember 3 minutes later, and I like go to pull them out, and they're all dry and like whatever. Better.
Yeah, it depends on what kind too, because these ones you can actually overcook them and they'll just get crispier. Right. They're actually fine when they're a little overcooked, but I like them undercooked because they're more decadent. They're soft. They're really. But see, look at that one. Obviously, it didn't flatten. You see?
Let me see. Oh, look at that. That is not.
It's like a peanut butter ball.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
You know what, Brittany? Once again, you were right. You were correct.
So, Brittany, I have to ask. Behind you, there's a door knocker on your cupboard.
Yeah.
Why? Is there?
Oh, no, it was there when I moved in, but I think it's for like dinner time, like.
Or does somebody live in your cupboard?
That's pretty wild.
Maybe it's somebody lives in there, and that's how they like come.
It's like a modern day triangle.
It's the entryway to another dimension.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think it was supposed to be like a modern day triangle kind of thing, but I don't know. I always forget it's even there.
I actually have a triangle sound effect. I have no idea why, but I can play it.
Well, didn't you play the triangle in your band in high school?
Yes. No, it was cowbell.
And the finger symbols?
Yes. Oh my God. It's going off the rails.
It is.
So how'd the cookies turn out? Have you gotten a lot?
Yeah, you need to let these ones cool for a while.
Do you have to let those guys cool, or do you just like?
Yeah, they fall apart very easily, especially if they're not like. Sometimes if you overcook them a couple minutes or a few minutes, they won't be so crumbly at first before they're cooled. But when they're like this, they are very crumbly before they're cooled.
Tonight you got some barbecue pulled pork sandwiches and freaking peanut butter cookies, man.
I'm so goddamn hungry.
Yeah.
And bow hunting.
I know.
Like
Make some
redneck.
iced coffee also. For my
and iced coffee?
Yeah.
And iced coffee too.
Iced coffee at home a lot recently.
Dude, somebody posted. I just went to a Dunkin' Donuts the other day.
Mm-hmm.
There was literally 15 cars ahead of me waiting for coffee.
People are trying to get out, man. I mean, it's
No, I know.
Somebody posted a picture of a Starbucks drive-through, and there was like the line was like 40 cars long at a Starbucks.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't need Starbucks that bad. Like that's just not. I just trained my 11-year-old daughter to make coffee, so that's like she's excited to do it in the morning. So I'm just like, hey. So I walk downstairs and she's like excitedly making me coffee. I don't know how long it'll last, but like,
wait a couple of years. Trust me.
No, a couple of years. Try like a couple of weeks. She'll be done. She'll be done by then.
My daughter mentors his daughter. My daughter's 15, and she mentors his daughter. Like teaches her all sorts of bad habits.
Yeah, well, we're the king of bad habits. Well, Brittany, thank you so much. I don't know whether to thank you or hate you because now we watched you make cookies and we get fucking nothing. Like
no cookies.
I'm gonna go downstairs. and I'm going to demand from my wife, which means I'm going to beg and plead that she makes me some cookies. And
You might even have to shave to get her to make you cookies.
I might.
Or you can make them too. They're so easy to make. Yeah, I wish I would have did the beginning part for you to see, but it would have been so much like running around back and forth. And
he won't even make his kids mac and cheese or a grilled cheese sandwich or something. I don't even know if he has the capability of doing either.
I have the capability. It's just
what?
I lack drive. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I go back to like my high school like teachers telling me that I just don't apply myself. Yeah. So Brittany, we just kind of ran through a bunch of your social stuff, but why don't you run through it for us so we can point people where to find more about you, because I know you're staying so busy through this whole thing.
Yes, on Instagram and Twitter are both Britney_Amber, BRITNEY_AMBER, and my OnlyFans / Britney Amber. And what else is there? YouTube. My YouTube channel is youtube.com/Scorpio with an H, but you can just look up Britney Amber and my channel will pop up.
Scorpio.
Yeah.
And it's a zero. It's a zero for the in the hoe too, right?
Is it? No, it's just a capital O, I think. Or is it a zero? I don't know.
I think it is a zero.
This goddamn
usernames. I actually made it
names.
so many years ago, the handle, but I hadn't started uploading until like 2.5 years ago.
So whoever fucking took Britney Amber on YouTube, give it back to this Earth. Look at her. She will give.
I made this YouTube account many years ago before I even decided to start uploading videos on it. And I don't even know if I was Britney Amber yet. Like, this is probably when I was like, no, I had to have been already. But I didn't even try to see if that was even an option, to see if that handle is even available. Maybe I should.
Go visit Britney. Go support Britney on all of her pages and her OnlyFans. And if you're really, really nice, she might tell you how good those chocolate chip cookies, the peanut butter cookies were. Make you some chocolate chip ones.
I have another mainstream movie coming out in July. July 7th actually is the release date. It's called The Arrangement. It is a mainstream indie thriller, so starring Eric Roberts.
Yeah.
And it's actually really good. I got the screener code the other night, and I got to watch it, and it was good. And you can watch the trailer now on YouTube. Just look up The Arrangement movie, and it has a really awesome teaser trailer that you guys can see.
I just put up the box cover of it. Dude, that looks badass.
Dude, Eric Roberts, man, guilty pleasure movie, best of the best. You ever see it?
Guilty pleasure?
Yeah, it's like you see this movie on and you got to watch it.
Right. No, but it's called Best of the Best.
The movie you did before Guilty Pleasure. Yeah, right. But yeah, it's really cool. So he plays the devil, and he makes these 12-year deals with people. So, yes. Well, I don't want to give away too much. I already gave away way too much.
Yeah, I know. Don't give this one away. So we gotta take off here now before Britney gives up this movie and ruins it for everybody. Yeah. But Britney, thank you once again. Please go and check her out. As talented as she is beautiful, Britney Amber, thank you very much. Yeah. Also very talented and very beautiful is Jay Handy. Me, not so much, but I'm Dan saying goodbye. Stay safe.
And stay sexy.